Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to present a focus on a diverse Stage 2 classroom and my approach to teaching the important topics of erosion and weathering. To provide some context, this is set in a primary school in New South Wales, where I have a Stage 2 classroom consisting of 24 students. The classroom is quite diverse, with approximately 35% of students coming from non-English speaking backgrounds, including those who speak Vietnamese, Arabic, and Spanish at home. The student demographics in this classroom, I have also specific learning needs that I need to consider. I have 5 students identified as English as an additional language or dialect, or EALD learners. These students require additional support to comprehend scientific vocabulary and concepts. Additionally, 2 students have specific learning difficulties in reading and writing, which impacts their ability to engage fully with text based materials and scientific terminology. One of the primary challenges I encountered was ensuring engagement and understanding of an abstract concept of erosion and weathering. For students with language barriers and learning difficulties, visualizing these processes can be particularly challenging. My goal was to make these concepts accessible and relatable to all students. To address these challenges, I designed an engaging, interactive, inquiry based learning activity focused on erosion. This lesson incorporated ICT tools and an enhanced understanding and engagement. Here's how I implemented the lesson. So, the introduction to erosion. I began with a visually engaging video that showcased different types of erosion. The video included visuals to assist EALD students in grasping the content. After the video, I asked a few questions. What did you see happening? And a few students answered these questions. As you can see, I turned on the captions so the children that need those captions were able to read them. And then there's also some really good explanations on erosion and weathering. I asked a few more questions to the children, and then we did a think, pair, share. So that's where the children will think about the answers to those questions, they will pair up with a friend, and then they will share with each other. In the next few slides, I just talked a little bit more with some of those visuals and explanations of what weathering is. There's another thing, pair, share after the other video and some other questions. And I like to make my slides personal. As you can see here, I visited the 12 apostles, so they could see me in a picture and that I've actually visited one of those areas. So then we get into a group activity, and students were divided into small groups, diverse groups, and provided with Chromebooks. Each researched a stimulus pick, which you'll see on the next few slides, and they were using educational websites, Google Earth, to explore real-life example globally. Groups collected data, images, and videos related to their assigned erosion, and they created digital presentations using Google Slides. EAL students were supported with vocabulary lists and translation apps to aid their comprehension. So these were the stimulus that the children chose from, and then they had to research those in small groups. Ask the students to get themselves into a group of 4. This is really important when they have found their group, that they need to sit down so you can see who doesn't have a group, because some students may find this overwhelming and not be able to get into a group themselves. So all the students are given the instructions again to create a Google slide with information they researched on the stimulus images. Then I would sit with some small groups that might have learning difficulties and then go over the activity again, just so it's just them in that group. And then I have ensured that the EALD students have scaffolding questions. So on this slide, you would display it again while they go off and start doing their activity. These are also the tier 3 words, so it just gives a little explanation on what those words mean, so what those words are, and then a little meaning behind it. You could also write these words on a whiteboard so the children can access those. Here is a couple of slides that were done in class, and the students created their Google slides, and then they need to present it to their peers. So the integration of technology enhances student engagement. Google Earth allowed students to visualize erosion in different contexts, which was particularly beneficial for those with the visual learning preferences. So that's the end of my presentation. Thanks so much.